Pounds 14 ounces, you know, biggest baby in the NICU, and his lungs were premature. That was the only way they could describe it to us. He didn't need as many machines for his lungs as she did. The machine that he had been put on helped his lungs, but in the process of healing his lungs, many other things were discovered that were going wrong or that had gone wrong with his body.
At the St. Vincent NICU, it was discovered that William suffered from meconium peritonitis, an entirely different problem that his sister Liberty had experienced.
It's a hole in the intestines, or a perforation or hole in the intestines, that usually happens while the baby is developing in the uterus. And that's usually in the second or third trimester of during development. The causes of that are usually a blockage or a twist of the intestines. Once the baby is born, if that hole hasn't sealed, it can lead to continued egress of the stuff within the intestines. It causes an intense inflammatory reaction, so the baby can develop inflammatory reaction, can become dependent on a ventilator.
In William's case, the situation was life-threatening.
If there's a persistent hole or leakage, then you have to do what's called a laparotomy, or open up the intestine or the abdomen and identify where the hole is. And the safest traditional thing is to bring the intestines out onto the abdominal wall, which are temporary stomas or temporary ostomies, and kind of remove the area that's involved.
It was very reassuring to have similar faces, same doctors, same nurses that Liberty had 5 years earlier, and the care that we received was still typical of St. Vincent's. Very concerned for the parent as the child.
For me, it was home away from home because I was here for the 40 days. I did not leave for the 40 days. So the nurses became family, the doctors became family. The relationships that were built there are just unbelievable.
For William, it's going to be an excellent prognosis. Now he is a normal, functional child.
I can't imagine going to any other hospital. It's just been phenomenal. We just, you know, the connections that we have here and the care that we did receive was just top notch, and I just couldn't imagine taking my children to any other hospital. I just really couldn't.
Often, children who have had to overcome medical problems early in life require ongoing care to reach their full potential. Such is the case for William Waltrip, now almost 5 years old. William has already spent more than his fair share of time in the hospital. In fact, William was born 17 weeks early and weighed just 1 pound, 8 ounces. He had a heart condition and suffered from necrotizing enterocolitis, an inflammation that causes destruction of the intestine. He also has had to have one of his kidneys removed and suffered from severe sepsis. All in all, William was hospitalized for virtually all of the first 2 years of his life.
He's had breathing issues with chronic bronchopulmonary dysplasia and was trached for 3 years and on a ventilator for most of that time. He's had meningitis, pneumonia, he's got a feeding tube.
PDA valve, they stapled his heart when he was first born.
Went in and closed the valve on his heart when he was little. 5.5 months in the neonatal intensive care unit, and then 18 months here at St. Vincent's Pediatric Rehab Center, well, between here and over at the Children's Hospital, but 23 months altogether before he came home.
As soon as he was able, William came here to the St. Vincent Pediatric Rehabilitation Center. It's a family-centered facility with brightly painted murals. Children can follow a painted dog or a bird to various areas.
Well, the St. Vincent Pediatric Rehabilitation Center provides both inpatient and outpatient services. The inpatient services are designed to address issues of complex medical care, pulmonary needs, and acute rehabilitation needs. On the outpatient basis, we also have a fair number of therapy disciplines such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy services.
At the Pediatric Rehabilitation Center, William has been making great progress.
starting in the neonatal intensive care unit. Therapists, as medical stability allowed, started working with him, and then as he moved over to the rehab center, he received inpatient therapy services, and then once he was ready to be discharged, he continued to work in the areas that he needed to work on, including physical, occupational, and speech therapy services in an outpatient environment.
The therapy and everything has just been great as advancing him to help him catch up with a typical 4-year-old.
He's doing better with the stairs and different things like that. His balance is much better, but he climbs, runs, jumps.
He's not afraid of anything.
At the St. Vincent Pediatric Rehabilitation Center, we have a lot of opportunity to work with families, to provide them an environment in which they can spend some time providing continuous care delivery under remote supervision of the staff. We incorporate our families in our team conferences and our team meetings so they know exactly what the goals are and what we're trying to achieve prior to discharge. We provide them with comprehensive education materials and discharge information to ensure some safe continuity back home to the community.
To us, they're family, and to him, they're family.
You spend so much time going through so much troubled times, and then you get close, you can't help it, and they become family, and it's awesome.
We've taken a look at how physicians can treat serious problems in newborn infants and children, literally saving the lives of these young children so they can grow and prosper. In upcoming editions, we'll be examining other health threats and hearing about what can be done to overcome them. On behalf of Wish TV and all of the professionals at St. Vincent Hospital, where they believe in delivering care for the whole patient, body, mind, and spirit, I'm Debbie Knox. Thanks for watching.
To learn more about our tiny successes, log on to tinysuccesses.stvincent.org.